Hey everybody. Well, it is round 3, VLCD number 11. Actually, it's not quite a VLCD. It's kind of what I call a VLCD fat fast day for me. It's the second one in a row. I like to do fat fasts in a row. I think they work much better that way. I weighed 199.4 this morning. Yay! I'm under 200 again for, by golly, the last time I'm ever going to have to cross that bridge. So, I've lost 11.6 pounds, plus the 0.4 I lost during my, as Tom was leaving, loading. So that's 12 pounds. Within 10 days of dieting, so good. I am still 3.8 pounds above my LIW after my 3 weeks of Christmas indulgences, so getting very close. 3.8 above LIW, but I was 2 pounds above LIW when I started the Christmas fun, so I'm really even closer than that. The inner mountain pellets, and I'll show them again. Those seem to work exactly the same as prescription injections. I am actually surprised. So, feel the same, everything. And I'm taking them 2 times a day, 4 as soon as I wake up with nothing in my stomach, and then 5 before dinner. Speaking of, I need to do that, but let me do this first. My Ninja, I tried it out. I love it. That thing's strong. Miss hHCG Girl's strawberry slushy is awesome. And my whole family loved it. And her new nutty pancake and yogurt recipes look really awesome too, and I can't wait to try them. I have been getting a lot of questions about fat fasting and the proper way to do it. Like I mentioned earlier, I see a difference between fat fast days. They're the kind you do on VLCD, which is, for me, this is what I decided, is a 600 to 800 calorie range. And then there's the more P3 correction type of fat fast, which is 1,000 to 1,200 calories. Hello. The rules are almost no carbs, almost no protein, that's not often heard for some reason, and very high fat. It's not that easy to do without planning. You really have to seriously plan for it. Plan your menu. Make sure you have the things in the house. For example, bacon. Very fatty food, right? It's not fatty enough. Not by itself. You can combine it with, other things that are more fatty than bacon, like cream cheese or butter. I don't know who would eat butter and bacon, but that kind of thing. Neither is cheese, except for cream cheese and brie. They're fatty enough by themselves. Cheese and bacon normally have a lot of protein in them, too much. So my typical VLCD fat fast day consists of about 4 to 6 grams of carbs, usually about 2 are fiber, so 2 or 4 net carbs, not a lot, and about 14 to 23, maybe 25 grams of protein, and then 58 to 70 grams of fat. Very different from normal diet, right? So I'm going to tell you what I've eaten yesterday and today to give you an idea. Yesterday, both days, I had coffee with 1 tablespoon of heavy cream added. You can also do diet soda, like root beer, for example, is a very good choice because it makes kind of a root beer float type flavor. I do that 2 times in a day, so that's 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Then for lunch I had 40 grams, which is not a lot. It's a handful, you know. It's just not even 2 hands, just 1 handful. I can't see my screen, so I don't know where my hand is, but you know, a little handful of fried bacon. Except that I buy the bag of ends and pieces from Walmart. It's in a red sack. My HEB has it too now, but they just got it. They just started getting it in. And it has some thicker pieces in it, and sometimes it has hunks of fat in it. You're looking for the white part. If it's a bag of bacon that you can pretty easily remove the red part from, what you want to cook is the white part. And I have almost no red part at all. And I fry that up and I eat 40 grams of it. That's lunch. Where am I? Okay. And then optional, but the longer you do fat fast days in a row, the more you're going to want to consider. If you just do 2 days, I'd suggest no vegetables at all, unless it's something that just happens to make the fat palatable, and I'll get to that in a minute. But you can optionally have one of the very low calorie, because if it's very low calorie, it's very low in everything, vegetables like half a cucumber or 10 radishes or a cup or 2 of lettuce. I haven't eaten it in the last 2 days, but a possible thing would be full fat, low sugar ranch dressing or oil and vinegar dressing, homemade. Those would be good fat fast choices on your lettuce or your cucumber or whatever. So that's I did have radishes today. Yesterday I didn't have any vegetables at all. I had made sure I ate plenty of vegetables, and I ate strawberries too, which is rare for me, the 2 days before starting the fat fast, so I felt I was pretty good. And I also take a lot of vitamins and stuff. So then for supper, yesterday you wouldn't consider it a supper, but it's what I ate at supper time. I made some chocolate delight, and my personal chocolate delight this time was 1.5 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 teaspoons of powdered erythritol, and I bought it from Nutrition. I like the powdered, otherwise you're going to be chewing granules and not so good. 6 drops of EZ-Sweetz. You could add a little more erythritol if you wanted, or you can take your Truvia and stick it in the blender for quite some time and shake it around until it powders itself. That works too. A ½ ounce of macadamia nuts, which is a fine fat fast food. You could do the entire day just macadamia nuts if you wanted to. Finely chopped up, 1.5 tablespoons of the virgin coconut oil because it tasted like coconut. A teaspoon of heavy cream, and I add that instead of more coconut oil because it makes it more of a milk chocolate instead of a dark chocolate. It improves the flavor in my opinion. And then I used 4 drops of fudge brownie flavored capella drops. You could use any chocolate, vanilla, caramel flavor, whatever you want. Or none at all. It works fine without it. And I stir all that up in a paper bowl and I stick it in the freezer until it's hard. And then it's, you know, let's see. It's a good circle. And, you know, it's thick like a Hershey bar is. It's a good bar of chocolate. And I cut it in half and I eat it in 2 sessions because in fat fast days, you know, you don't eat a lot. You may think you do, but it's portion-wise, it's less than the VLCD. So then this particular recipe tastes very much like a Mounds bar, so that nutty, coconutty thing going on with chocolate. Tonight, I haven't made it yet, but I'm going to right after this, is jalapeno poppers, and this is where I'm eating a vegetable, the peppers, in order to make the cream cheese and bacon palatable kind of thing. So basically you take 3 jalapeno peppers, slice them in half lengthwise, and pull out the seeds and the membranes and stuff from the inside, and the stem. Take that off. So you basically have 6 boat-like pieces, and you fill them with cream cheese that you've let sit at room temperature. For the whole 3 jalapenos, I use 2 ounces of cream cheese, and room temperature, and then you mix it up with some garlic and onion powder and a little bit, pretty much garlic and onion powder, and then you spoon it evenly amongst the 6 little pepper boats, and then you take 6 slices of bacon and cut them in half so that you have, 3 slices of bacon, cut them in half so you end up with 6 half slices, and you wrap each half slice around one of the pepper boats and secure it with a toothpick, and then you bake these at a pretty high temperature. I'm about to test that out now, but I believe it's like 450 degrees, so that it's got to be hot so the bacon crisps up pretty quickly before the cheese melts and runs all over the place. So bake it just until the bacon is crisp, and the pepper shouldn't be raw by that time. You can buy blocks of cream cheese, the 8-ounce blocks, at Sam's for about $1.60 a block. You have to buy them 6 bars at a time, 6 bars in a sort of a box. And it's a good deal because normally it's $1.99 or $2.19 or $2.29 at the grocery store, that kind of thing, especially at Christmas time. It's awful. You can also buy 1-ounce little packets at Sam's, and sometimes the little packets are a better deal ounce for ounce than the bars are, but you have to buy a package of 50 of them, so it's all good. And another thing, so that's what I'm going to eat for dinner tonight. Nothing else. That's it. That's my entire day. The coffee with the cream, the bacon, possibly a little bit of vegetable, very low-calorie vegetable, and something for dinner that's high-fat, either the chocolate delight or the poppers. That's my entire day. It's actually harder for me than a VLCD, so take it for what it's worth. But the results are dramatic for me. Works for me. Another thing that I've mentioned in previous Fat Fast vlogs is I make something called mint chocolate chip clouds, and they're really good. If you're interested in that, it's kind of like ice cream. If you're interested in that, go look at some of my previous vlogs. And I'll end this real quick. This is getting kind of long, but I wanted to say best of luck to Jana of the hHCG Besties. I hope your IVF transfer goes well, and you have a little embryo or 2 growing very soon. I think it's tomorrow, so I'm going to be thinking of you tomorrow. My little girl is an IVF baby. She was very hard to come by, and I know exactly how hard IVF can be, so positive thoughts for you. Bless you all.